Now, I would like to say that I just give up on trying to figure out this season. I want to be done with it. But I'm too stubborn for that, so let's go over Week 11. What's going on, guys? Dick Support here, back to another video. Today we're talking about Week 11, and right now the playoff race is not quite heating up just yet, but it's getting there. Let's go over this stuff. Alright, our Thursday night game is going to be the Jets taking on New England. For last week, if New England didn't show that they're true contenders, then I don't know what more I can say about them, because they did everything right against the Buccaneers, got the win on the road against a team that more than likely is going to win their division. They're contenders right now, guys. You got to deal with it. Meanwhile, the Jets, they're coming off their second straight win, and this came after trading both Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. That's interesting. But for this game, give me the Patriots. Washington taking on Miami. For Miami, I don't know how they pulled it off, but they didn't just beat the Bills, they dominated the Bills. I mean, you would have thought the game went the other way if we told you what the score was. I could not believe that, but good job by the Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, yes, it's been tough for them, and you just have to hope things are going to get better. For this game, I am going to go with Miami over the Commanders. Cincinnati taking on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is in danger of having their season fall flat if they can't rise their game. Because right now, they're only a game ahead of the Ravens right now. And they got to play the Ravens twice. They got to get back on track. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's 21-day window has opened up, which is good for them. But the bad news is, they may be out of it by the time he comes back. They can't lose too many more games. The line is very thin, okay? There is no room for error right now. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one. Carolina taking on Atlanta. For Atlanta, I give up. I just give up at this point, because I don't know what more I have to say about Atlanta. Their season is just driving me crazy. Meanwhile, for Carolina, I don't know how you lose to the Saints like that. Alright, Bryce Young, he's got to play better. They cannot just rely on Rico Dow. Bryce Young has to play better. It's about as simple as that. For this game, just give me the Falcons. Tampa Bay takes on Buffalo. Both these teams suffered losses last week, but for Buffalo, the division is slipping away from them. They can't lose too many games. They have to play the Patriots again this year, and they've already lost to them once. Just like the Bengals, there's not a lot of room for error right now if the Bills want to win the division. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they got to rebound. Alright? Have to find a way to rebound, but I am going to go with Buffalo over Tampa Bay. Chargers taking on the Jaguars. The Jaguars, what the heck? How? How did Jacksonville blow that game? I don't know how. I don't want to know how. I just want to move on to the Chargers, who had a very convincing win against the Steelers. They're still playing good football, even though they dealt with a good amount of injuries this year. And I'm going to go with them over Jacksonville. Chicago takes on Minnesota. For Chicago, I mean, they're 6-3 right now, but I don't think they're as good as their record suggests. I do want to see them just rise their level a little bit. And I'll go into more detail about this. I will be talking about the updated playoff picture later on this week. And meanwhile, for Minnesota, if they want to stay in it, they got to find a way to win. They need to go on a run, but I don't think it happens. I am going to go Chicago over Minnesota on this one. Green Bay takes on the Giants. The Giants, Brian Daboll is out as head coach. And Jackson Dart is in the concussion protocol. We don't know if he's going to be able to play this week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they need a rebound after only scoring 7 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. If they had just scored one more touchdown, they win that game. Defense has been doing a really good job, and the offense just let them down last week. That can't happen again. For this game, just give me the Packers. Oh, and by the way, Jameis Winston was moved up to number 2 on the depth chart. So, if Dart can't go, we will see famous Jameis. Houston takes on Tennessee. Houston might have saved their season last week, and that's without their quarterback, C.J. Stroud. We'll see if he's able to go this week. But that comeback against the Jaguars, they might be going on a run real soon. and going up against the Titans, who are just suffering a rough season. They are the only team with only one win this year, and I don't think they get their second. Give me the Texans over the Titans. San Francisco takes on Arizona. For Arizona, I think we can pretty much say their season is done. I think we can stick a fork in them at this point. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be out this week. He had to have an emergency appendectomy. Hopefully he has a quick recovery. Meanwhile, for the San Francisco 49ers, not great against the Rams last week. I will say that. They need a rebound. I say they get that against the Cardinals. Seahawks taking on the Rams, and this is a big game. Whoever wins this game could potentially get the #1 seed in the NFC, depending on what happens with the Eagles later on. For the Rams, Matthew Stafford might be having the best season of his career. He is playing so well, and so are the Rams as a whole. And meanwhile, for the Seattle Seahawks, I mean, they're doing everything right as well. For Seattle, Sam Darnold has just picked up right where he left off. Well, forgetting about the last 2 weeks of 2024, but he's showing that he's not a one-year wonder. He can play good football. For this game, it's so hard. It's down to the little details. And I'm going to go with the Rams over the Seahawks. That's how close it is. Whenever it's a tie, I go with the home team. Kansas City taking on Denver. For Kansas City, just like other teams, no room for error. They cannot drop to 5-5. They lose more than 2 games the rest of the way, they can pretty much kiss the division goodbye. But for the Broncos, yeah, they only have 2 losses on the season. Yes, they're winning the AFC West, but the offense has to be better. And I'm going to say it again, the offense has to be better for the Broncos. You cannot score 10 points against the Kansas City Chiefs and expect to win. It's just not going to happen. They have to play better, but for the Chiefs, it's now or never. I say they get it done. Give me the Chiefs over the Broncos. Baltimore takes on Cleveland. For Cleveland, things are getting as bad as they can be at this point. You have fans calling for Kevin Stefanski to be fired. They're questioning having Dylan Gabriel start over Shedeur Sanders. You can see Myles Garrett getting a little bit frustrated with how this season's been going. Nothing's going right for Cleveland right now. Now you have Baltimore coming into town, and Cleveland matches up well with Baltimore. Baltimore has not swept them the last few years, but that could change. Alright? For Baltimore, they just have to remain calm and do the things that they've been doing the last few weeks and not give up the big play, and they get the win. Detroit takes on Philadelphia. For Detroit, they have first place in the NFC North right now, but you're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. This is going to be a tough matchup. I do expect this game to be close. At the end of the day, I have to go with Philadelphia. And our Monday night game is going to be Dallas taking on Las Vegas. For Dallas, they're going to have Quentin Williams for the first time since they traded for him. And they're going up against the Raiders, who are, I'm just going to say, they're one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. So hopefully they're able to get the win here. I'm going to say hopefully. I am going to pick them. Just don't blow it, Dallas. Alright guys, those were my picks for Week 11. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And at the moment, who do you think is going to win all 8 divisions? Let me know what you think. As always, I'll see you guys next time.